It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo, and Luby, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the frim flam sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. It's a Friday fun day from 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park. It is Pegasus Cup Eve. There's a buzz in the air. There's going to be food on the table. We got Defo next to me, and look who's back. Tony Segreto.
Tony.
He's in the hizzle.
Tony.
And how are you, my friend? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And a healthy and prosperous one.
Yes. I'm wonderful, and I couldn't be happier to be here and to see all the energy here. The energy
to watch me eat and hopefully not get hit with shrapnel and flying food.
You lost weight.
Well, thank you very much. Flattery will get you everywhere. I'm trying. I don't really think I did, because yesterday, you know, the conundrum of this show is that everybody says, Mike, you got to take care of yourself. You got to watch what you eat. And then they proceed to cover the table with like 7 burgers, 2 sandwiches, 2 soups, 3 desserts. This is what happened yesterday at Gilbert's. Defo is buried in the forum. What's happening?
I'm checking out my good friend Frank Miramonte sent me a cold superfecta for the Pegasus.
Oh, that's
nice.
tomorrow.
I know. That's
Get
what
ready.
I'm just checking out what it was that he sent me.
You should have checked out the first race today and looked at your daily racing form. Mike Welch, the house handicapper, for the daily racing form here at Gulfstream. Do you know what he did? He gave out a 45-1 shot right on top.
And you had
Right on top. No, of course, I completely missed it. But I was in the press
that never
box.
happens with public handicappers. So that's a great. Welch is one of the most incredible, reliable guys in that regard. But when do you ever see a guy give out anything but the chalk when they're public handicappers? Very rarely.
And I guess it's got to the point where people just figure that it's all a bunch of chalk-eating pigs. They don't even look at the selections anymore. Because when I pointed it out to a gentleman who was at my brother's, program stand downstairs on the first floor, and I said, "Did you see Welsh gave out that $90 winner?" And one guy says, "Oh my God, he did! He did!" And they're muttering to themselves. It's always easier after the fact, Tony Segreto.
It's always easier.
And we got Mike Luby Lubitz. We're a little bit turned around upside down today because of the Pegasus Cup, which is going to be tomorrow.
There's so much energy. There's so many people here. It's crazy.
And it's like Defo has said before, it's like the day before, like when that prize fight heavyweight championship kind of buzz in the air. I don't know. I think they might be doing the Eclipse Awards somewhere around town. I don't know if it was last night or tonight. A lot of national racing figures are in town, and a lot of people, because of the weather, are inside 10 Palms today. So there is a buzz in the air. Every table is taken. We're not in our usual spots. We got white linen today, so I've got to be extra careful not to make a mess. And Defo, you're getting tips. Do you got anything for today?
No. In fact, I only have tomorrow's form in front of me, which you were very generous to give up. I don't see you having a copy of it.
It's in your rider that you must get a racing form, preferably for Friday and Saturday. Today they were already out of the Fridays because there's national press in town.
Well, the Eclipse Awards were last night.
Okay.
And they were at the Breakers in Palm Beach.
Okay.
They were televised on FanDuel TV. Our good friend Kate Bradar, of course, had a lovely picture of her and her husband, Doug Bradar, at the red carpet. I guess it's kind of like the cruise ship, right, where you stand in front of that one ring and everybody has to take the picture. And then after you got crushed, remember you used to go on a cruise to nowhere?
Yep.
And you would get crushed like a grape, and then the woman you were with would want you to buy the picture, but you didn't have enough money. And you're thinking, I'm not paying $25 for that picture. I just lost my my rear end. So they were in front of the spot where everybody gets their picture. But I watched some of it. Very interesting. I mean,
who won Horse of the Year?
That I didn't see. I only watched part of it.
Okay. It's like the Oscars. They announced the big one at the end when everybody had already
you know what
asleep.
they did, though? I'll give them credit. I don't know. I mean, as award shows go, they did a really good job. That they really minimalized the amount of time that people could schlubber on. They had like a 1-minute clock on all of the recipients. and they kind of abided by it. And they were rolling through this stuff very quickly, and a great job done by somebody that Tony, probably from your past here in broadcasting. She was on Channel 7 I think maybe 25 years ago. She's doing work with Fox now. Lindsay Zarniak
Oh, I remember
really?
her from
was
Channel
one of the
6.
hosts of the thing. And
Lindsay,
Brittany Uriton was also a host, and they did a great job.
Lindsay's husband is killing it. He's Craig Melvin.
Oh, okay. And what I wonder is when they announce, 3-year-old of the year, older filly, do the horses come up and give a speech? Is it like Mr. Ed?
One guy did a good job. He was looking at his phone. He was one of the Godolphin guys. I guess he was a spokesman and the main guy for Godolphin. I don't think he was a trainer. And he was quoting the horse.
Oh, good.
From his cell phone, he said, and, whatever the horse was, would like to thank this. And she says that, she wouldn't be this top filly were it not for so-so. So it was pretty clever. It was well done.
And I would wonder if the horses, do they thank their mother and father, the sires and the dams? Do they thank?
Yeah, no, it was great.
Do
It
they
was really
thank
well done.
the fluff? What is it called? The ones that prepare the sires for
The teaser horse.
the teaser.
It's the worst job in sports. The only job
It's
worse
a
in
human
sports is
job,
a
right?
scalper. No, it's not a human job, but I mean, it's a job. A horse gets the mare all lathered up to go in and do it with Stormcat, and this horse gets nothing.
But I thought that the actual sire has to get prepped, and that there's a human
No,
who
the sire's
has to.
fine. The sire, what do they need? Viagra in their horses?
No, I think they need a little it's like a. You know what? I don't even want to go there.
No,
What
it's
am
the other
I
way
doing?
around.
Smoke a joint,
They
man,
get-
and
They get the woman ready
They
because
get the
you're a
woman
great
ready.
they
lover,
lather
right?
up the mare
The
so they don't have to
woman-
waste a lot of time.
I thought it was a
Yes.
human job that involved getting a
No.
horse's, you know what,
It's
ready
pretty
for.
violent physical sex, though. It's like a young Segreto in this act. Where, I mean, I've been in sessions where horses were being bred at
Was
farms.
that one of your kinks?
No, but I mean, I happen
Is
to do a lot of videos
is there
at
a
horse
website
farms.
He's around horses.
That
He's
you
covered
now
horses.
you have to put in your
No.
age now in Florida to access some of these
Yes.
sites, whether it's
No,
horses or
it's. I mean, I've done video at horse farms, and
you
part of it
kinky
was to follow
bastard.
the process,
That's
and
crazy.
it's physical.
No, it is. It's a little rough.
I mean, it's Olivia
Physical.
Newton-John. Yeah.
Are there consent forms that have to be signed by
Exactly. No,
the
there's not.
by
That's
the
the
I mean, they're
thing.
horses.
the
In
mares?
reality.
Oh man! All right. Well,
You know what has to be signed? A big fat check if you're
Exactly.
breeding to Nyquist or one of these horses.
if you're American Pharaoh, or how did he turn out? Some of the recent Triple Crown winners, there wasn't a Triple Crown winner, and of course, Secretariat was a bust as a stallion, a sire. But it's funny how that works. Is that it's not necessarily, the race performance doesn't always
You don't see a lot of
translate.
Big Browns either, do you? I mean,
No.
Big Brown
Well,
was a good horse.
he was, but I tell you what, I guess the Into Mischief is the kind of hot sire du jour. Anytime you see a young horse, and I love
Well,
Constitutions.
what was weird too was Affirmed was not much as a stud, and Aladar was great.
And then you have like Justify and American Pharaoh, the recent Triple Crown winners, and they've been like, eh. And as opposed to Constitution, who's a past Florida Derby winner, a lot of Constitutions do well at a distance, and they do well on multiple surfaces. But
Is Ali Darn a firm still alive?
dead or alive?
I'm
Ali
going
Darn
to say,
affirmed.
well, we had Marv Levy dead yesterday, and he just celebrated a birthday.
99.
99 years old.
99 years old.
I'm going to say both of them are gone.
Wow,
That would be my guess.
I think so.
Horses live maybe 30 years old.
30 years old.
That's pretty old for a horse.
Meanwhile, we've got Pegasus Day coming up tomorrow. It's going to be a special ticketed event. To get onto the grounds, you're going to need to get an entry pass. And they have some great deals going. Joe Beja, I don't know if he's going to make it today. He's so tied up with the whole
I would
tunnel.
imagine he's busy. I mean, they got the buffet working in here.
They got the buffet. I think they got
And
the omelets.
This has never been jamming like this on a Friday in the times that we've
It
been.
is seriously jamming.
And it's a couple of things. Number
It's
one,
like
a lot
Kentucky Oaks Day or something.
Yes, it feels like the Derby. Yeah.
usually a lot of times people do sit they have tables outside here at 10 Palms where you can sit and watch the races and eat. But today, because the weather is more akin to Aqueduct in March
Yeah.
than what we ordinarily see at
So
Gulfstream in
when
January.
When I arrived, he goes, "Are we in Aqueduct in March?"
Yeah. I'm ready for a hot pretzel on the guys with the burger and the onions. Right?
The Onion Man was
Onion
the
Man.
greatest. Any former New Yorker that was a degenerate gambler would remember the guy. And Larry Bird, look at that, Larry
Larry
Bird.
Bird, Larry Bird's father.
And the guy, all he said was, you had to decide whether you wanted onions on this thing or not. Now, everybody that I know wanted
You're
onions
gonna
because
get
it made the whole burger. But and he just sat out there, ornery looking SOB, and sort of with one of those guys with no neck. And
No
so he
neck,
was
Charlie?
just barely hovering above the grill there where the burgers were coming off, and he would go, onion, onion. And that's all you heard as you were going. And then there was the other guy who was driving a limousine, and he would take you from either Aqueduct or Belmont, and he was driving what was called the trotter car. And that would be the thing that he was shouting. He'd be shouting trotter car, and that meant you could go to whatever harness track was open. It was either Yonkers or Roosevelt.
That's for true degenerates back in the
That's
day
a sick connection.
when you couldn't necessarily wager from anywhere, and you would, hop in and go straight from the late double at Aqueduct to the early double at Roosevelt Raceway. And I did a sick thing one time when I was in town during a college break, and I was with my buddy, little Brooklyn buddy Brian Kaplan at Roosevelt Raceway. And then we were looking at our New York Post, and I saw that there was a horse entered. This was when they had thoroughbred racing at the Meadowlands, and there was a horse named Tufts, which was the name of my school. The college was named Tufts. I said, there's a horse named Tufts running in the last race at Meadowlands. We got in our car. I said, this is the hunch play of the year. We went over there, and Tufts, of course, finished like fourth. I bet him across the board. And the moral of the story is don't depend on Tufts for financial aid. So
Too bad you didn't go to Rutgers.
Okay, so I do not see a death date for either Alidar or Affirmed.
No.
Yeah,
It
maybe they're
says they
still alive.
both born in 1975,
Yeah.
and then usually then they would have a death date, and I don't see
Oh,
it.
no.
wait, is that
yeah.
on
75?
on
I mean, there's no
Wikipedia?
way that you have a
Yeah,
50-year-old
50 years,
horse.
did they
Yeah,
live 50
not
years?
happening. Yeah. They had
No.
to die many, many years ago.
No, he died November 15th, 1990. Good job on the research there,
Yeah,
Luby.
yeah.
Okay, so he died in 1990.
Lalidar is dead for 20, almost 25
I think
years.
Alidar's ashes. I just saw them flying away in the wind there.
I don't see a death date.
And let's just
Alidar must have died.
put a bow on Affirmed and his great career
Alidar had a
in life.
suspicious death, is what I see here.
Oh,
Sorry.
is that what happened?
Yeah, sorry.
Affirmed Wiki. Hold on. Horse. And this is riveting, I'm sure, for the folks
Now
at
we're going to
home.
say you don't have to do it. I can
All right.
actually look into it.
And Affirmed made it all the way to January 12th, 2001. So he won the last longer against Alidar
Alidar in life.
in life.
Expectancy, there you go.
So there you go.
Stevie Coffin, man, Affirmed. That was a great story.
Meanwhile, let's get to living horses because tomorrow the Pegasus Cup,
Yeah. Who's favorite?
there's
Hold
going to
on.
be all kinds of activities here.
Devo's
You can
already
go
handicapped.
online to gulfstreampark.com to get your advance tickets. I believe you can also go to the Carousel Club where they're going to have entertainment. Diplo is playing a concert at night. They have high roller sections. They have kind of general admission. They have general admission enhanced with all you can eat and drink. They have some beers and things like that. I think that's $125. That's a good deal to
It's a
get
10,
onto
yeah.
the grounds for a day of quality racing. But the racing itself, there's 13 races on the program. I hope we all have money left by the time they run the finale, which is the $3 million Grade 1 Pegasus Cup Invitational. A field of 12, including last year's Kentucky Derby winner Mystic Dan, who hasn't been doing so hot lately. Saudi, what's the name of the other horses there? We've got Saudi Crown. We've got
White Barrio.
White Barrio, who loves this track. And then there's a horse.
Savvy Joseph's 2-year-old who won the Breeders' Cup ended up winning 2-year-old Female of the Year, Filly of the
Okay.
Year. That's one I remember from last
And
night.
the favorite in the 12 horse. Oh, and you got your horse, Skippy Longstocking.
Oh,
named
Skippy.
it
I
after
love
your
Skippy.
dog.
Yeah.
He's running. And then, again, full field of 12.
You know, it's funny. I when I'm home and I see Skippy Longstocking, he's run all over the country and actually done pretty well for himself. I mean, this is a horse that was a very modest purchase. So what was it? 77,000. Look what Skippy made. Like
Is he made $1 million?
3, I think.
The numbers get so tiny when you.
3
get
million
older.
plus. 3 million plus.
That's a good investment.
Imagine that. So, and I love it because we're home and I'll be yelling at the screen, "Come on, Skippy! Come on, Skippy!" And Skippy will come down and pee. It's great. My dog is named Skippy, of course.
funny.
That's why I love that
That's a
horse.
You
classic.
come down
The
and
favorite,
Pee, right on the racing pole.
the favorite in the Pegasus Turf Cup,
Locked, which
Number
Miramati
11.
says is a lock.
blocked. I don't know why people love him. He was lightly
love him.
raced as a 3-year-old. He actually had a good 2-year-old campaign, and then must have gotten injured. He's a Todd
Fletcher monster.
trained
Yeah.
monster that won the Cigar Mile at Aqueduct.
Locke
in
is a
November.
standout. That's from the
Okay.
track
Wow.
announcer at
That's from Frank
Saratoga.
Okay,
Miramotti. He's a
Miramotti, he
pretty
knows his
sharp
thing.
observer of horse flesh.
Did you know I
So
want
there you go. If
pizza?
you're going to be playing
I
the
want
contest,
pizza.
I do want pizza because that looks beautiful. Look
Devo
at
hasn't been eating,
cup
so I want to order
pepperoni.
pizza. for
Oh, look, I got two.
Two,
Two for the
yeah.
price of.
Devo's
Go ahead.
pizza.
Yeah,
One.
you guys.
And
I mean, you like the pasta. The pasta.
you want to take a break first and then do the contest?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Let's do that. Let's break it up nicely.
winner
And,
of the Pegasus this week?
Hmm?
Winner of the Pegasus?
yeah, of
It's
course.
gotta be the
But no, I'm going to go with the
Maybe you
maiden
found a race
special
at
race.
Tampa Bay, 6250
No.
claimers. Yeah.
This is a Pegasus that is worthy of contest status. It is
Nice.
a field of 12. We're going to get to the contest after this. We're going to wish Mike Luby Lubitz, who needs a long overdue
Yes, I'm
vacation.
very
He
ready
was.
for it, as
You
you
should
can
have
tell.
seen him before the show. Well, you did
Well,
see
you
him
see,
before the show.
He
Tony.
was wound up.
How would you
tight.
describe
It was only-
Wound
it was
tight.
on
I've never
purpose.
seen him like that.
It was, I like Devo yelled at me. I'm like, down there, just go, goddammit.
Well, because I couldn't find you guys.
No,
I was
you
like,
didn't have to
couldn't
Yeah,
find
yeah.
him either.
We
Yeah.
confused
Then I
him.
saw
We're on the
Luby.
south side, but Luby, to your credit, you have not knocked over any drinks so
it was
far
on purpose.
this
I
week.
could have been laissez-faire, which I was last week.
Last
and
week.
you couldn't hear and knock drinks over. So I'm
You
like, you
were-
know what? I'm going all in today,
You were sharp. You were like
and
one
we
of
will
the.
look good and we'll sound good, and we even have food. Look
You
at
were
that.
like one of the Todd Pletcher
Smells great.
3-year-olds, all jacked up, amped up.
Now, do you need a
Oh,
wristband
no.
to get in on the buffet? 'Cause
I don't know.
I might
You-
just sneak over
You
there.
can sneak
yeah.
up if
Definitely
you
have
throw
a
a
buffet.
5
You
in
think
the.
Beja throw me out?
If you throw a 5 in the tip jar by Rose and the omelets, I
You'll be-
bet you could bag an omelet, which is pretty good.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, but-
that'd be great, man.
All right, well-
That's my favorite thing.
That's
But
my
that's why it's not advantageous for me to go to a buffet, because unlike you, which you're a marathon quality eater. No one.
Yes.
You're like a Mexican fighter. You have the greatest stamina I've ever seen when it comes to eating.
It's not a
But,
sprint; it's a marathon.
yeah.
It's prolonged.
But if I
eating.
have an omelet at a
You're
buffet,
done.
that's usually about it for me.
You're
I
done.
mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going back for
One
the shrimp
omelet
creole or
it's
something.
good and it's keto friendly.
Yeah.
So that's
There you
it.
go.
Hey, before we take that first break, let me talk about our friends at Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap. We're heading into the weekend. I'm going to be there for a happy hour tonight because Val actually won where you drop your business card in a bowl and they pick it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if there was any. I mean, I'm going to say it's legit. They put a lot of. I don't think they sifted through and say, "Oh wait,
I
there's
won a
Val."
wave runner in a radio contest that way one day. Actually
Yeah,
went to my ex-wife
from your own radio station.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say that, but imply
From
that
an
these things weren't on the
associated
level. Yeah.
affiliate. All right. Well, anyway, Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, whether it's happy hour, weekend brunch, lunch, or dinner, you're going to get some fantastic Southern cuisine. And of course, their house-made cocktails specialty. They got that pecan whiskey they use to make a pecan whiskey sour.
I
I
wanna
love that.
I want to try the pecan whiskey straight up.
It's
Okay.
great. No, it's
Yeah,
great.
no,
you can
it's,
drink it straight. You can
it's,
drink it straight.
It's surprising. And you were there, right? No, you weren't at the meal where Tony drank
No.
like 17 bourbons. And you're thinking, here's this religious guy
can
and
eat salmon.
straight as a pin. I don't think he ever did a drug in his life. And all of a sudden, he's like down in this like he was, Jimmy Breslin
He
at a
knew
bar.
what was coming. Because here we are,
There you go.
January 24th, 2025. But Batch weekend brunch, they have the bottomless cocktails. They also have the greatest biscuits that I've tasted, not just in Florida, but
Those are
anywhere.
exceptional.
They're
They really
fantastic.
are exceptional.
I defy anybody to go there, order one of those
Their honey
skillets of
butter and
biscuits.
various jams.
Yeah, it's
Strawberry
amazing.
jam.
Wow.
It's so good.
Wow, wow,
And
wow.
It's really good.
I
Even
love them.
days later.
They have locations West Palm Beach, Clematis. They have now West Delray at the Delray Marketplace. And then, of course, now downtown Fort Lauderdale, 525 North Federal Highway. And don't forget, free parking in the garage right on the side street there. Easy as pie. And I bet they have some good pies, too, for dessert.
Yeah, great stuff.
Although
Great,
you
great
condemned cakes and pies yesterday. What was that?
No,
that was
at
2 days
Luke's.
ago.
I don't condemn them. I just say, given a choice of ice cream or cakes and pies, which were you, Tony Segreto?
Aren't they all good?
Cakes, pies, or
yeah.
ice cream? If you can only have one
Ice
for
cream.
the rest of your life. Yeah, I'm an ice
See,
cream guy.
Luke and
Comfort.
I, and I guess Devo were like All of it.
All of it's good.
Yeah, but all that the batter and stuff in the cakes, it's
Yeah,
a
that's
lot
great.
of gluten.
That's more work.
Gluten is, it
I
could
don't
kind
know
of
Stop with your health
gluten,
trip. I mean,
inflammation
all
of
of a
the
sudden,
joints.
all of a sudden, gluten's bad for
Who
you.
cares about gluten?
Well, I mean, if you have too much
If you
gluten,
have the disease,
it
fine,
can
celiac,
cause
okay, but
inflammation. And if you have too much ice cream, I mean, I love the creaminess of
It's all
ice cream. Luckily, I'm not lactose
have a bite
intolerant.
of each.
How do
and
we
you'll
get
be
from
fine.
batch to lactose
Because you're-
intolerance?
You
Because
brought
Take
it
a
there.
break.
I brought us.
Of course.
I'm doing the
You're-
weave because the
you're
weave is
weaving.
in fashion,
There
given
you go.
our new president.
There you go.
God
Weaving
bless him.
and
Don't
bobbing
mention
and
that.
weaving.
All right. We'll be back with more on the Lunchbox.
I'm telling you, the mailman came to my door. Do you ever see the movie 3 Days at a Condor with Robert Redford? It's an excellent political
Yes.
movie. All right, so when the mailman showed up, isn't it the same now where you're worried that this
Yeah.
guy's got a machine gun in
Oh,
his pouch?
Jesus.
And I dive under the bed. And I knock on my door. And I'm a Jew from Brooklyn. I'm a solid citizen here.
It's these are perilous times,
Yeah.
but it is not perilous at all if you
No,
go
here
to
it's bliss.
10 Palms and
And
Batch.
The buzz in
Tropical
here
Acres.
it
It's great.
reminds me of the great heyday of all the racing down here.
It's a beautiful thing.
Gulfstream and Hialeah Park, and it's absolutely fantastic. I love
Beautiful
these days.
thing,
Yeah.
and we'll be back with more, including a contest
Yes.
after these words on the Lunchbox. When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First class dining, top flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new burrito tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-face smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and Southern comfort food from a scratch kitchen. Delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar. A great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to bashsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. If you want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting, have I got the place for you. Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasta platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi, fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. 10 Palms, Gulfstream Park, Hallandale Beach, Pegasus Cup Day. It is fantastic. I was eating some of the great food. We got a pepperoni flatbread. We've got that honey spicy chicken, fried chicken sliders.
That looks
They're great. And
Yeah.
then I had a little bit of the pasta alla vodka with some shrimp on top that Luby ordered. And as I'm eating a hunk of the pasta during the break, because I didn't want to have my mouth full during
You're
the show,
using a utensil.
and a whole bunch,
You used the fork.
a hunk of pasta just went right down my windpipe, which usually causes a prolonged coughing fit. But I washed it down, and now I can feel the hunk of rigatoni settling in my lung. Can that cause pneumonia, Tony? Do you
Something's
know
wrong with
these
you.
things? Or-
No,
You're the definition of a hypochondriac.
it
So anyway,
doesn't call.
I could actually feel the
Does it-
rigatoni in my lung. And that could be a new Italian like ballad or something. Rigatoni in my lungs.
Rigatoni in my lungs.
And meanwhile, we hear people screaming their lungs out. The third
This
race
is
just
great,
concluded.
man.
There's
There's nothing better, I mean, in a racetrack atmosphere when things are cooking.
Was
Like-
that just
like you
the
said.
142?
143.
that
I
you?
think.
Okay, because today is Michelle, my ex's and mother of my child's birthday, and usually on birthday, her numbers usually come in all day long. One,
You're
two,
right.
four. One,
There's
two, four.
nothing like the feeling the
I like
energy.
Remember
seven,
when we
might
used to
be
go to
seven.
Hialeah on a Wednesday or Gulfstream on a Tuesday afternoon or whatever whenever they were racing? And there was a buzz always. And you go downstairs and at the bar you'd run into
seven.
like Paul Horning and several other celebrities. Jimmy the Greek was down there firing away. Were you friends with the Greek?
What's that?
Jimmy the Greek?
Jimmy the
Jimmy the
Greek.
Was he one of
Greek,
your
Jimmy
guys?
the
guys?
Greek Snyder.
Yeah.
I know him very well.
And he got canceled before being PC
Being
canceled
canceled,
was a thing.
Yeah.
But and
And that
he
was
used to still,
very unfortunate. I mean, the guy was completely
He-
off the
he
record.
was-
Yeah.
nowadays he could get elected president. So
If he hadn't seen Ken Norton in Mandingo, he'd still be working even after his death.
Oh man! All right. So besides the Pegasus Cup tomorrow, which you can still get some tickets at GulfstreamPark.com.
No, that's you, Tony.
Next
No,
Saturday,
no,
we're
I
on
have
I'm good.
prime
I'm good.
heart of championship meet racing season. Next Saturday, February 1st, is the Holy Bull
Bull, right?
Stakes, which is
Ooh,
the first
I love that.
stepping stone
Yeah.
on the road to the Florida Derby.
Oh, nice.
And then the Triple Crown
Crown.
races for 3-year-olds.
So
All
we'll
the
get
budding
we'll
stars
get
are
a
here.
rating. We'll get a rating on the 3-year-olds.
Yeah, we'll figure out who's who in terms of the creme de la creme. Of course, some are still making their debuts in these maiden special races, which is the angle I love. But next week, the Holy Bull Stakes, and it's also one of those great taste at the track experiences that's going to be taking place at the same time next Saturday from 12 o'clock till 4 p.m. up in the third floor Flamingo Room. It's tacos and tequila. And our
definitely
friend
come
Mark
to-
Falsetto
I
from
have to
Taco
say, speaking
Craft.
of falsetto, I had those leftover beef tacos from our appearance
Taco
there at
Craft?
Taco Craft.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
They have good
even,
stuff.
Even days later. I mean, and if they use that same filling, now I'm a hard shell taco guy.
Okay.
Can you get a hard shell taco?
Yes,
there? Or
it's
is that-
called Old El Paso, aisle 8
You
of
know El
most
Paso.
Publixes.
Yes.
No, but
I don't think they have it.
They
I
don't
think
serve
they have
that.
it. No.
There are some restaurants
Because
that
if they
do
put
serve
that
hard
same
shell
filling
tacos.
in a hard shell taco, it would remind me a lot more of California and the real tacos that I experienced.
Wait,
I was lucky
you're
enough.
saying a hard shell taco is a real taco?
We fought about this 7 times.
Absolutely,
He's been to different
yeah,
places than you were in California.
All right,
Yeah.
because to
And
me,
nobody did
I'm
soft
going to
shell
pose
tacos.
that question
Nobody.
to the
Do it on
Let's
that,
Go
but
group.
but we've
You
had
would
this
be
discussion like
embarrassed
10
to do a
times.
soft shell.
I love that you're both senile. We
Where
like
was I?
argued
I
hard
don't
over
remember
it.
this discussion.
I'm a hard shell taco.
I am
you
too.
can't always listen
Mayo's
to that.
weird about
Mayo's
it.
crazy about a lot of
People
stuff.
over a certain age associate tacos with it's a completely Americanized version as a hard shell taco.
Mayo
if you
wants-
go to
Not
the
at all.
roadside,
Mayo wants
in
like the Mexican
Mexico
ones where it's like
City-
the corn tortilla. They put a little bit of meat, a little bit
They
of cilantro
had hard shell
and onion.
tacos at Mexican places that
They
were like
definitely do.
so
In Mexico?
authentic Mexican. Yeah,
they
yeah.
do. They do.
Tijuana,
It's just
wherever you go.
different.
Yeah.
It's different.
I'm gonna put that on
That
the
was
group.
it was very uncommon to find a soft shell taco on the West Coast.
Yes, it would.
It really was.
All right. I guess I don't know everything. In fact, sometimes I don't know anything. But
You
when,
actually
I,
when
met
it comes to
Ed.
this,
Whoa!
Mike,
Epiphany. We
I
have
know,
an
I'm gonna
epiphany
mark it.
here.
I'm
An
gonna mark
what I
epiphany.
do know is this: next Saturday, you can get your tickets for the Tacos and Tequila Taste at the Track event by also going on to GulfstreamPark.com, and you'll see a little billboard for it, or you could hit /events, and then you could get your tickets, VIP seats for the first hour, 12 to 1, no crowds, and then 1 to 4. Going to be a great day. All kinds of great tequilas, all kinds of great table setups, not just tacos, but other kinds of Mexican food. The chef here, Jason, is doing a fantastic job.
Great job.
I love their big event days. I love especially when it's intertwined with great
I bet
racing
you
days.
I have been tacos and tequila. I feel like I did have a hard shell taco, and you do get the soft tacos. I think. I'm not
Okay.
sure. I won't promise it.
well, I'll
You
go
gotta
next.
You'll
a
have
hard shell
Jason next
taco.
week maybe, and ask Jason what they have.
you have to have a hard
They,
shell
they,
taco.
they would be laughing at you
I just think
in a Mexican
My
restaurant.
mom made
Yeah.
hard shell
When
tacos
you-
on with the old El Paso
Like we've
shells
talked about,
and
when I go
ground
to
beef.
the place La Union, when there's the real Mexican place, they don't do hard shell tacos.
No.
I agree with you. But I have talked to people who do like them, and it's not just going to Taco Bell.
I didn't say people can't like them.
But I'm
just
saying like Mexican places will do them. So
It's
I
just
don't know
become
what to tell you.
common for some reason to only have the soft shell. But
probably because
I
that's
mean,
the real authentic
the
Mexican
best, tacos I
never
ever
stop.
had were
Hard
hard shell tacos.
I enjoy hard shell.
And that was a California thing, and they were great. And if you went down to Tijuana or Encinitas or one of these places, that's what you were getting, my friend.
All right. Hey, is it time for a contest or what?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah, what the
do
hell?
it. I
Ruby
actually
wants to win.
printed it out this week, which
I win
isn't
every
a
week
good
we're
thing
here.
because my eyesight's getting worse and worse.
Worser
That's
and
an
worser. What
understatement.
kind? You were a journalist.
I know,
Yeah.
but
What
it's
kind
a
of word is
Brooklyn thing.
worser?
Worser and
My
worser.
eyesight is
Language
getting
sounds-
worse. That's all you need to say.
I know. It's
Yeah.
I just do it sometimes.
I still
to-
can't get over you like
like what?
soft shell taco.
That's so wimpy. If you have
So-
dentures, well,
Don't
I mean,
let-
your
he's
father was a
gonna
dentist.
don't do that because he's gonna keep going.
Here's
Oh,
and
the-
no,
then we get off the
that'll
rails.
blow the
Here's the
contest,
thing.
Tony.
The
That's it.
really
We'll see you
like,
guys next week.
the people who are like Mexican taco snobs are saying there's only one type of shell. It's not just a soft shell taco.
I don't even
it's
like the corn.
the one
I
that's
hate the
made
corn.
from blue corn.
I hate those.
those blue corn.
I don't like those.
Why
soft
do you
shell
like this? You're like the
tacos.
people on the group.
He really
But
is.
I don't like corn taco. I prefer
But
the
we're
flour.
telling you, Tony's
Flour.
right.
Flour.
Tony's right.
I like soft flour tortillas.
yes.
I ate every type of taco when I was in California, and we travel a lot into Mexico just for fun because we were betting horses at Agua Caliente. And
Of course.
the-
Horses
the-
or donkeys? I thought they had the donkey
They
racing.
had everything.
He did both.
Believe me, the horses I was betting on, they were donkeys. And those
Speaking of
donkeys, donkeys are all over the track, man. They're like you can't count them to do anything right.
They're also on
Just
some
leave
of
it
the
there,
shows
man.
down
But the
there.
hard shell taco, I mean, you were a wimp if you were getting a soft shell taco back then. I mean, like you would ask for one, and the guy would look at you with that look.
I like both tacos.
what kind of jerk are you? Asking
Agree
for
to
a soft
disagree. I'm
shell?
with it.
All right,
Let's get to
so
the
I'm glad
contest.
Louis
it
on my
is
side.
time for
I
this
do agree
week's
with you, but I
Lunchbox
can see Mayo.
Gulfstream 10 Palm Sunday Brunch giveaway. Email the answer to this week's restaurant trivia questions along with your horse selection for this week's Gulfstream Saturday contest race, which is the Pegasus Cup. Race number 13, numbers 1 through 12 in your program.
Why don't we make them pick a superfecta cold?
No, we're going to
No?
just make them pick a winner.
I
And
got
then
one.
if they advance, if you
Pick a
have the
winner.
winner, then you're going to get to the
What
tiebreaker,
if
which
Defoe
is
and I win?
then, well, you Defoe's not eligible for entry, but since
Tony
you
should
are
be
a
eligible.
guest
He's
and an
kind of a special
unpaid,
guest guy, right?
co-host. I don't know. There'll be sure to be protests from the Coach family because, if they don't win,
Who are all
there's
these
always an
babes,
inquiry.
that are
I don't know,
welcome?
but
Yeah, what's the
it's
story?
very active here today.
Yeah.
All right. So
I
as
like
I was
it.
saying, the Pegasus winner, the restaurant, and then the third leg of it is going to be this week's NFL tiebreaker. Is anybody care to make a guess? What's the best game
I would
on
think the
Sunday?
Buffalo Kansas City
course
Buffalo
it is.
game, yeah.
Bills Chiefs, another rematch for the AFC title.
Who do you like in it?
I want the Bills, but the Chiefs are probably going to stomp them.
So I give you credit. I hate saying everyone, but whenever I see media people picking,
Yeah.
they're all going Buffalo, and I don't. They're falling for that. Well, the Chiefs aren't playing great yet. Duh.
Just because
They keep
Tracy,
winning and they haven't played well.
So you think Tracy Wolfson's hug of Josh?
Why do I keep hearing? She gave him a
Allen.
good hug. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
I missed
after
it.
the game, it was what we would call back in the day unprofessional.
Oh,
Tony.
really?
I mean, did you ever hug Shula after he after he broke
Don't
the
ask
record?
Tony what he did with
Did you?
Shula.
Okay,
This
behind
is going
closed
back to
doors
the
or right
whole
on the
breeding
field?
shed.
Behind closed doors.
There you go. Was there any tongue involved?
They were close. I don't even know where.
What
he
is
was.
wrong with
closed doors.
He's on one today.
What is
And he
wrong?
was giving me
Are
crap.
you doing more of your gummy bears? What the
I
hell,
did.
man? You're gone today.
I'm not revealing my medications
Cocaine,
today.
dude?
No. I'm thinking you on the nose. You hit it on the
Oh,
nose.
yeah, absolutely.
I forget what I'm
All
talking
I've gotten so sidetracked. Okay, the restaurant, a horse between 1 and 12 in the Pegasus.
Yeah.
The winning team and point margin in the AFC Championship game. You mail those three components to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow,
How
Saturday,
strict is the deadline?
January 25th.
No,
it
it
is. If
has
you
to
hit
be.
it after
2 seconds leeway, no?
12:01, it's in the bin. It's in
You're
the
like the
delete.
landlord that's evicting somebody. You're
100%.
unbelievable with this.
Rules
Yeah.
are rules, and we must follow them, except if you've been given blanket immunity by the Supreme Court. Okay, this week's
See, you had
contest.
to get in the
Now
shot.
he's had
my shot.
Unbelievable.
But it's very
This is not a political show.
no, but I can take I'm just speaking
It doesn't stop us.
truths. Scary, scary truths, my friend.
100%.
All right, the 13th race, 3 million grade 1 Pegasus, mile and an eighth on the main track. And when I posted on the Let's Eat group later, you could get a link to the entries. Again, Mystic Dan is a Derby winner. We got Locked is supposedly a lock. We got a couple of other contenders, White or Barrett. It's a good field, a strong field to 12. So here we go. For this week's restaurant, oh, by the way, we're playing for a brunch package for 2, including a mimosa piece, all-day buffet, and tax and gratuity included, but leave a little extra, especially if you order some extra drinks on a tab. So that's it.
All right, here we go.
This week's restaurant, do we know what Wednesday, January 29th is, gentlemen? And don't say the meatball competition, although that's right
It is,
also.
yeah.
But on a more international level,
I'm not
Wednesday, January 29th. Anybody
Flag
know?
Day.
Flag Day?
No,
Is it
I don't
really
know.
Flag
What the
Day?
hell is
Really
it?
Flag
Flag
Day?
Football Day.
That'd be funny if it's
If I
like
say
Super
the
Bowl
words,
3. What was it?
if I say the words lion dance, and I guess that's not
turn the wrong
including
audience. I
the
don't know what line
goth fans or people who bet the Detroit Lion.
That guy looks like he has money.
Yeah,
I just want to say.
he's
You look
lumbering
bitter.
through here like
Will you
You're
let
I
him
thought
get
it
to
was
his
Vito.
contest?
I'm like, why is Vito here from the grave? Flashback.
Vincent Price.
He would like just hover over our shows. I'm like, dude, I didn't do anything. I don't even know you.
This is great. We got getting a little lightheaded now.
Go on.
Where was I, Tony? Please bring me back to life.
You were-
You're talking about
Lion
lion
dance.
dance.
Lion
Oh,
dancing.
sounded like
What
another-
is
Some
Wednesday,
country
January
joint,
29th? Lunar New Year, also known as Chinese New Year.
Oh, you've been talking
Oh,
about
yeah,
it.
okay.
I have been talking
Obviously,
about
don't
this.
listen to
You're all over that.
So, in honor of Lunar New Year next Wednesday and the Year of the Snake, we're going to be
My favorite year, by the way.
be doing here's the contest, and it's we're celebrating with a recently shuttered Asian restaurant. Ready for the clues?
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
This long-running Fort Lauderdale Chinese restaurant was
Oh, we got it
named
already.
was
Yeah.
named after its friendly owner, and originally was located in Hollywood before moving to North Federal Highway in the Victoria Park neighborhood nearly 2 decades ago. However, unfortunately, the restaurant closed in November upon her retirement, upon the owner's retirement. Okay, does everybody know it
Well, I
already?
know it now.
I mean, you talk about it many
You
times.
mentioned this
And
place.
apparently, according to the group,
Wait.
this is a sorely missed place.
Yes.
So, okay, number 2, because of the similarity in names, it was often confused with another Chinese-American restaurant that's located right here at Gulfstream Village in Hallandale.
There you go.
But just to set the record straight, there is no relation between the two restaurants or the two namesake.
Let me ask you a question, though.
Yes.
I've rarely heard you mention the other place that's here.
Christine.
Are you not?
Yeah,
Are
you're
you not
giving freaking
frequenting
names.
this place as much as you used to?
I
'Cause
have not been
you
in there
love
in a
the ribs.
while.
You
love
were
the
down
ribs.
on the wings.
I was never down on the rings. I
You
just
were.
never had them until you told me about
well,
them. They're
of course,
good.
but you immediately
The wings
condemned
with
them.
the oyster sauce.
Yeah.
Excellent. The
Excellent,
ribs.
yeah.
Excellent. I like the special wonton soup.
I haven't been there in a
here
while.
at the place here that ends with Lee's.
Why don't we head down there after? I'll be
We
honest
can.
with
One of
you,
these
yeah.
days I would.
We'll
That
do a
place is
bang bang.
fantastic.
We'll have our pasta here.
I
and
want to
they'll
do a
go-
Mayo parlay. I needed 5 restaurants.
You could do a
today, yeah.
Well, do
four-way.
this, do
That's
the
a superfecta.
buffet. Do this, the buffet, please.
Well, I'm going to batch for happy hour at
Going
5.
back. I know we were invited.
So we
We'll
could
see if
go
we'll go there.
boom, Lee's, something else in between, maybe Three Sons for a stop and a beer, and then go up to batch.
And then you have to have
How's
some
that?
pizza.
Who's in?
Yeah.
All right. Clue number 2. No, clue number 3.
I don't know. You need any more clues?
No, I need one.
At
Because
least the
this one,
coach was already like, you've
this
done
one
this.
contains a newsy nugget, which you only get on the lunchbox. And, if you're going by your conventional old school media, you'll be finding out about it later on. But, all right, the restaurant once hosted a lunchbox show where we enjoyed classics like the spare ribs and wonton soup, lo mein. And then I say, although the restaurant is now gone, the Year of the Snake could bring some good news for longtime fans who miss it dearly.
So
That's all I'm going to say.
our
Wow.
viewers have said we've done this already. I said, so good, an easy one.
We haven't done this one.
I don't think we
I
have.
searched it.
I think the one you
I've
just said
done
out loud is
two
what you
searches.
just
I've
said.
done the one we said out loud here. I've done one in Miami called Tropical Chinese Restaurant, but I've never done this one. I've looked it
How
up.
many contests have you run?
Yes, I don't
altogether?
even care.
Is it
Like,
This
like
is
in the
week
hundreds?
number 100.
It's got to be hundreds.
If you
I
read
believe
do
it's
it,
like
you redo it. It is what it
117
is.
or something.
That's a
like
lot of restaurants.
the restaurant's the easiest part.
And they
so
come
it's
up with
okay
like
if it's
40 clues. I mean,
that. Last week, like 6 people got the wrong restaurant.
Exactly,
They
so
said
there you
Smoke
go.
and Dough
You
instead
had a
of
hard one last
Apocalypse,
week.
which
There you
was anyway. All right, so the name of the
I'm
restaurant.
going Denny's.
Number between 1 and 12.
Great
That's what
Denny's.
Sheldon G usually does. He sends
Denny's?
in some
The
name
weirdest
that
Sheldon
Yeah.
G might
When
be
does it
here
have to
today.
be
huh?
in?
Yeah.
love to see him.
By
When-
12
when
o'clock
does it
tomorrow,
have to
12
be in?
afternoon, 12 afternoon. tomorrow.
Okay, so again, 1 through 12 for the Pegasus, the name of the restaurant, and of course the winner of the Bills Chiefs game with the margarine, victory margarine. All right, Mike Mayo eats at gmail.com. Can we take a break?
We
I'm
can, it's
exhausted.
ready.
Okay.
It's time.
It's not like you're working that hard. I mean, by the way, this is great.
Isn't
It
it
has
great?
a little kit to it.
Yeah, no, my lung
They're
kid
pepper
is,
flakes
is
today in it
like
for some
it.
reason.
my
I
lung
like
is
it.
tingling now. Where
Is this the shrimp frandiano or
no,
something?
this
No,
is a
that was good.
rigatoni alla vodka with shrimp. It's beautiful.
Do you remember Tony's Casanopolis?
Oh,
I know
that-
you
the,
love
the,
it.
the
Did
best
they have the best shrimp frandiano you've ever had in your life?
ever
And the
had.
fried zucchini.
You
Unbelievable.
know, they can't replicate it. My wife and I,
My
she
God.
talks about that place all the time.
That's
I love it.
It was my cousin's favorite too, but
Yeah,
it's unfortunately long gone.
But that
there's
was the
plenty
first
of-
time I had shrimp frandiano, and when you start out at the best, but this is really, really good. And it's not shrimp frandiano, but it's sort of
It's
similar.
nice. Yes,
Thank you for the setup, because talking about great Italian restaurants where you can still dine because they still are in operation
Business, yeah.
is Casa D'Angelo, our friend Angelo Elia. I'm hoping to get in there soon. He's got 3 locations, one just south of here in Aventura, the flagship in Fort Lauderdale, 1201 North Federal Highway, and then in Boca Raton, where our friend Chef Ricky is running the kitchen, and that's on East Palmetto Park Road. Casa D'Angelo, for the finest in Italian cuisine, service, wine. It's all there. I can't wait to get back in
You're
either
the
there
man.
or his Angelo Elia Bakery Bar, which is on East Oakland Park Boulevard. The Bakery Bar, we can maybe get in there for a show that's going to be pretty soon.
Tell me I'm wrong.
And so this is a great place. Casa D'Angelo, open 7 days. Get in there for reservations. They have wine dinners and all kinds of other special events. Casa-D-Angelo.com. Tell them the lunchbox.
Good for
sent
you, Mayo.
I
You
need
made
a
it through that.
pair- I
Devo
need
and
a
I
pair
are
of
honestly doing
sweatpants
everything
like
we
that.
can to ruin your life, and you killed it. I appreciate
No,
it.
that's
Good
it.
job,
You're
sir.
trying to. Let's take a break. We'll
That
come
guy's
back.
Vito
Luby's
from the
going to
grave.
Spain.
That
He's
guy's
going to
Vito from the
Spain.
grave.
Are you
You
kidding
know,
me? Unbelievable.
Hey Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligans, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Trans World to help sell. Contact Trans World on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Looking for great seafood that's a little further inland? Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C. 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner, closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Feel like getting away without leaving town? Then you got to check out the House on the River in Fort Lauderdale. It's a beautiful restored historic home with indoor and outdoor dining right on the New River. You'll think you're in Charleston or Savannah. It has a gorgeous patio, porches, and private dining areas, and it offers unique experiences perfect for a date night or fun times with friends and family. It has weekend brunches, happy hour, dinner Wednesday through Sunday. There's also a high tea on Friday and Saturdays, and the popular House of Veuve Champagne experience on weekends. The House on the River is in Fort Lauderdale's Himmershey district, just south of the Science Museum. For reservations and All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. Again, buzz in the air, a little bit of a chill, which is good because I love wearing some long sleeves.
Oh,
and look who is here, right on cue. I didn't think we were going to see this gentleman today because he, I'm sure, is just a little bit preoccupied.
Just a bit.
But welcome, Joe
Occupied.
Beja. Tony Segreto is back. You know Jeff Defo the Forest.
You know what? This guy looks great for a guy that's, I mean, is there pressure
Never
involved in
let him
this
see
kind
you
of a-
sweat.
No, we're organized. We're in a good shape right now.
You got
A
it,
few
you're
last
covered.
minute things,
Yeah.
but
Wow.
just plan it out, strategize,
Smooth.
throw bodies at it if you have to.
No, you
How
got
many
it.
people
you expect
You seem like, there were
So I'd say we're going to get about 10,000 people here on the
okay.
track.
10,000.
overall.
How many are you going to fit into 10 palms and around outside? And all that?
10 Palms, we have over 1,000 tickets sold, plus 300 down in Sardelli's. So we'll do 1,300 in 10 Palms tomorrow.
Wow.
Upstairs in Flamingo Room, we have about 350 seats in the main dining room, and then we have about 450
This
people in the
is
suites.
it's a happening. And I
So-
love the fact that the day before you actually feel it in the air.
Wow.
You
You
get
do.
that buzz.
We opened the doors with 600
Question of etiquette,
reservations today.
though. We had a question of etiquette come up earlier in the program. If Luby had been caught crashing the buffet, even though you were feeding us very well here at the table, Would that have been a negative?
Instant ejection?
No, not an injection, but Carlos mans our buffet,
Okay.
and
It's a wristband.
it's a wristband.
system.
Because he was going to go up
so
there
he
and
would
steal
point to
some
his
stuff.
wristband
Yeah.
and so
Is
forth.
Rose working the omelet station today?
Pasta station.
Oh, the pasta.
Rose
station.
is open, yes.
Is there a omelet station? No, because
No.
it's not a Sunday.
Correct.
All right, but Rose is at the pasta. I might
Rose-
have to sneak in there and
Go
throw
in there and
a
say
little
hello.
20
I'll
in
tell
the
Carlos you're going.
bin. That's it. But
So we're good.
we got-
We have to. With 600 and something. A few years ago, we learned our lesson.
right.
It was a Friday. We had about 300 reservations. It ballooned to like 4 and change, and
Next thing
ticket
you know,
times were an hour.
you're in the weeds. It's
So
no good.
now this is the third year now that we've done the buffet.
Okay.
So
You've got it down to a science. Tomorrow's going to go smoothly. Are there still tickets available for anywhere, or the general admission, or the enhanced with the beer?
general admission is available. I think there's still Carousel Club tickets available. So
Okay.
those two are both basically general admission, but they come with bar packages attached to them.
Right.
So the general admission ticket is what we call our Casadona. It's our partnership with Dave Grutman on the first floor. It's the Casadona Terrace. It includes Aperol spritzes from Casadona. It includes Stella draft beer out of an Airstream, a Stella Airstream container, and we're doing cocktails in the can from a new RTD company called Surfside. They're based out of the Northeast in Pennsylvania, Jersey Shore. They're blowing up. They've gone up about 300% in the past year. They're going to start giving.
I need some investment.
They're going to start
so
giving
I'll
White Claw
check
one
that.
for the money. Non-carbonated.
Okay.
They are non-carbonated, and they are vodka with flavors and lemonade flavors.
So that's part of the GA package, enhanced package.
$125 a ticket.
$125 available online. Can you get those at the door? Are there walk-ups allowed tomorrow, or do you have to have
You have
your
to have a
ticket
ticket.
downloaded
just
in
go on,
hand?
exactly.
something?
Go on Ticketmaster or on our website and just download it on your phone.
So that's a word of caution for people. Go get your tickets now. Go online and have them handy in your smartphones. You'll be ready to roll.
I'm sure you've looked at this. How does this year so far compare to last year?
We're up about 10%.
Overall.
But overall
It's the
10%,
Lunchbox
which is
Fund,
great.
as usual.
Yeah, there you go. No, we're doing really well.
What kind of spread you going to have at the carousel? Because you were talking about it a couple of weeks ago, I think, in preparation.
So the
for this.
Carousel Club's
Yeah.
still available. I believe it's $575 a ticket. The $575 gives you full open bar and unlimited food from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. right before the main concert goes on. And it is they get the shipping containers that are out there now, the food containers. There's a pizza stand, a taco stand, and a burger stand. And then we have a food truck company called Circus Eats that comes out, and they will do hot dogs. They'll do sliders. They'll do chicken fingers. They'll do popcorn, pretzel bites.
Big debate on the show earlier.
Yes, about those
Help us
tacos.
out with this. You were out in Vegas for many years.
Yes.
Huge California influence. Soft shell or hard shell?
Tacos.
Tacos.
Personally. I mean, you could
Depends.
go to a gas station in Vegas back in the day and get like the greatest hard shell taco that
Okay.
you've had in your life.
Okay. If I'm craving what people like to call a gringo taco,
There you go.
which is your basic chopped meat,
Thank you.
but there are places called
It's
up in Maryland.
a
there's-
gringo taco.
It's called a gringo taco. at
Nobody would
Poppy's
call
in
that
Philly.
an authentic Mexican
Correct.
taco.
So, a gringo taco for me, always a hard shell. Like
Yeah.
gringo taco,
Okay,
always a hard shell.
I could see their appeal.
Anything else?
I like
Any-
crunch.
Yes, anything else, soft shell. So if it's
Right,
barbacoa, carnitas,
My
anything like
problem
that,
is
soft
Like,
shell.
like he's looking for caviar in a taco. I'm looking for meat,
No,
cheese,
the ground beef,
grease,
the sloppy Joe
yeah.
grease, and all that.
lettuce.
And the
Yeah.
crunch. The problem is sometimes they just crumble from
Mr.
the
Crunch
ground
over
beneath
here
you,
with
and
the
then
sauce.
then it's all over you.
Listen,
It doesn't
I-
matter. That's
I'm
the
going to
way you
admit
do
one of
it.
my guilty pleasures here because I'm usually off on Mondays and Tuesdays since I
Okay.
work on the weekends. Every now and then on a Tuesday, I'll head over to Tijuana Flats and get my $5.99, two gringo taco
we
special
all
with
have
the
our
chips and dips.
Shameful moments.
You know.
Mine is Skyline Chili, but
One,
Tijuana
two,
Flats. Okay.
three.
all right, hard
versus one.
crunch. It's all good.
Louis,
Speaking of tacos, next Saturday, right after
Yep.
the Pegasus, I know for you it's one day at a time, one event
Yep.
at a time.
I'm
But
not
we
sure
are.
if my microphone's working because I don't have any sound
No,
right
you
now.
sound, you
but-
sound
okay.
great, though. You know, you
So
Is
sound
it
Louis,
working? Louis, is my
yeah, the headset goes out
Yeah, we
sometimes.
got to
Okay.
jiggle a
Can you hear
wire or two.
I don't know if the microphone.
You sound
I
great.
can
No,
hear
you
you
sound
fine.
great.
Oh, if you can
I
hear
would
me,
do
I'll
a-
just talk.
do it.
You sound like
So-
John Facenda.
Nah, we're okay.
Yeah.
So as long as you can hear me. The tacos and tequila is going great. We've sold over 100 tickets. We expect to do a very big push the final week.
Right.
Menu will be very similar to the one that was in August.
Right.
So there might be a couple of changes, but we do about 5 different taco stations, one of which will be vegan, and the tequila list is unbelievable.
And again, it's going to be like not just tacos, other Mexican dishes too.
Correct.
Okay.
We always do like a Mexican grazing table,
Yep.
as I like to call it. So.
Tickets online, Gulfstreampark.com.
Correct.
/events, or just
And
on
I'll
the
take
main
you to tacos
page.
tequila. Price point's a little higher because it is a big race day. It's Holy Bull.
Right.
So I believe it's 95 instead of 85
Okay.
for the VIP, and
12
70
o'clock.
for the GA.
70 for the GA, starting at 1 p.m. Goes to about
Correct.
4. The big race will be about 5:30. So it's a great day of racing and food again, not just tomorrow for Pegasus Day, next Saturday for Holy Bull Day.
What's your list of tequilas?
I'm sorry?
What's your list of tequilas?
List of tequilas. We have Casamigos, Don Julio. We have Corazon Tequila. We have Casa Noble is coming. Tres Agaves is coming. Patron will be there. I mean, it's all the heavy hitters.
There's enough to get you drunk, Tony. Don't you worry about a thing if you want to go. That's all good. Meanwhile, Joe, I know you're very busy. I'm sorry about the technical issues. It's a new headset, and they just don't make things good anywhere these days. But appreciate it. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
I will be
job,
sitting
Joe.
tomorrow
Please.
out, but I will be in for the tacos and tequila event.
Beautiful.
Looking
And I'll have
forward
the
to it.
menu next Friday. We'll go over everything.
It'll be a little bit more relaxed, but it's still prime season now, and it's great to see the
It's great to see.
hubbub.
Yeah,
Great
it's
to see the
It's
energy.
a great thing. I mean,
It's great
fantastic.
energy.
Yeah,
Good
absolutely.
energy. All right. Thanks, Joe. Good
Thank
luck
you.
tomorrow. We'll see you
Joe
next Friday.
Beja.
Actually, next Friday, even though Luby will be gone in Spain, but we'll have Ken, the professor, filling in next Friday. All right, let's take our final break of the day. Before we do, Tropical Acres Steakhouse, Friday, it is still happy hour in the bar, 4:30 to 6:30, even though it's a Friday. And Valentine's Day is coming up, so you're going to want to get your Valentine's Day reservations. Again, it's a Friday night this year, so it's really going to be at a premium. Give them a call at Tropical Acres, 954-989-2500. Again, 954-989-2500. 2500 Griffin Road is the address. It is a spectacular place to have meals any day of the week except Sunday when they're closed. But again, they are open Saturday night. Tomorrow, it's a great place if you have people visiting from out of town. You want to escape from the cold. That onion soup gratin is delicious too. Tropical Acres, 75 years and still going better than strong. It's great. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, let's take break number 3, and then we'll wrap up this week after these words on the Lunchbox. For the finest poultry and the freshest fish, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. For the finest and authentic Greek cuisine, Taverna Kima is the place to go. 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. It's been around for nearly 2 decades. Every day is a feast with grilled lamb and fish, house-made spinach pie and moussaka, gyros, traditional dips, mezes, with soft, warm pita. It's open 7 days for lunch and dinner with happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m., indoor, outdoor, private dining, and they are now featuring a monthly lamb roast brunch on the first Sunday of every month. So celebrate life at Taverna Kima for reservations. Fresh local fish, a sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hour 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. We made it.
We got through
the contest.
Well, we got through this week. This was a fun week.
We had our adventures. We had our calories, we had our fat grams, our sodium, our sugars, and we're still standing, Tony. And that's what counts.
For how long?
That's a great question.
That's a
Tony, you
And
don't have an
only
ounce of
God
fat
knows
on
the
you. You don't
answer.
have to worry about eating nothing.
But
I mean,
I don't think he's talking about that.
we made it through the entire show, and I do have to ride our friend Tony a little bit because you were rooting for Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, because you do have progeny that went there. And I just have to say, as I guess my goddaughter is graduating from Ohio State this May, and it's got to be a little embarrassing that you get that backdoor cover with a 2-point conversion, and then you blow it by giving up the pass to the Hollywood home, the Jeremiah
The hometown
Smith
kid, yeah.
from Chaminade, who, by the way, what do you think of him? Yeah.
He is something else.
Is he the best prospect since Michael Irvin in terms of wide
Oh,
receiver
yeah.
from South
Oh,
Florida?
yeah.
From
by
South
far.
Florida?
Yeah.
By far.
We've had a lot. That's you don't realize all the guys we've had from South
Yeah,
Florida.
but I'm saying the one that makes your eyes pop open and say, this
Yes.
guy could be really something
It makes your
special.
eyes pop open like watching, Peter Rabbit.
Yeah, no, he's nuts.
No, I mean, there was a few of them that I watched when I covered sports, and this is a million years ago. I saw Emmitt Smith when he was at Florida. And
He
that
was
was the one that made my eyes pop out and say, this guy is going to be something
He was
in
a
the
South
bigs,
Florida high
too.
school receiver.
And then there was
But Notre Dame got there and they put up a good fight. That's all that matters.
Yay, and it gave it the good old college try, and that's what counts, Tony.
He's
in this-
such a jerk off. You don't even like Ohio State. What the hell do you care about Ohio State?
Yeah, but
he loves to hammer guys
He
that
really
end up
does.
losing for a team, with a team they root for.
he's like, what did I do? Why did I want to come back?
Right?
Exactly.
What are you doing? You know what? Go to Luke's Seafood and ask about Mayo and the
Yeah,
Dolphins.
you love
Yeah,
Luke.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man, we love Luke.
And we love
We
Tony
love
Segreto.
Dolphin fans.
And we love Joe
I think
Baker.
that was a 57. No,
We love-
Mayo. This is going to really, really anger me.
I
if
said,
this
Oh,
happened.
your numbers. Yeah.
It's big numbers.
Well, I'm saving all my money for tomorrow because it's a great race card from top to bottom. 13 races. The hard part is, will I have any money left by the 10th race, let alone the feature race? 13. I know I'm going to be reloading at least once, maybe twice. Thank God that it's now virtual and I could just keep it going to my
You can
bank
just go
account.
totally broke.
But yes, wonderful. But
now
maybe
you know why Devo does not have the app.
That's good
I
point.
had a home betting
I
account for
remember.
many, many years, and I loved it. But I realized I was always making deposits.
Not withdrawals.
And you had to actually go to a bank to deposit the money. This was the old Autotote system where you called in.
Yeah.
And we had a blast with it. I mean, it was a lot of fun just hanging out and betting horses all day with your friends. But at the same time, I'm thinking I only got 2 checks from these guys in 12 years.
Oh, man.
That's
All right,
more
couple
than
more.
I've got.
Yeah.
I want to get out of here, but a couple of things. First of all, Delaware Chicken and Seafood Market. If you're going to be entertaining
all
at
these
home
games,
for
yeah.
all these games coming up in the next couple of weeks,
That's my stop on
Go.
the way home.
Good
Delaware
man.
Oh, yeah, you're going in?
Chicken.com
Stone
is the
crabs
website,
tonight?
and you can get fresh stone crabs, shrimp,
Oh, he loves the
fish,
sausage.
the sausages, house-made sausages,
The soups,
and the
it's nice and
grab-and-go stuff, the soups, the turkey chili, the roasted chicken, the fish dip. It's all there. DelawareChicken.com, 4191 North State Road 7. And also, don't forget the meatball and boxing competition
Yeah.
next Wednesday,
So I'm going to miss it, but hopefully you
January
guys get out
29th. Defo, I'll text you if you want to come.
All right.
Evan Darnell and the Red Meat Lovers Club. Just
I
go
love
online
Darnell, man. The
Evan's
guy's
such a good
great.
dude.
to ribcagebattle.com. And we're going to be eating some good meatballs, watching some good boxing. You can get tickets also on Eventbrite by just searching Red Meat Lovers Club. And I think that's going to do it. I had a great dinner last
I
night.
wanted to mention
go
one
ahead.
thing happening tonight. I don't know. It looks like the weather's getting better. Pompano Beach has the Jazz Fest going
Oh,
right
that
on the
was always
beach,
great.
and it's free, so a lot of people could enjoy that. And then tomorrow night,
It's supposed to
my
be
good
frigid.
friend Al Poliak, Tommy Castro, and the
Oh.
Painkillers.
Nice.
Phenomenal band going to
Love
be there, and I
Poliak.
can't wait to go see that show.
That's
Nice.
where? Tomorrow night?
Funky
Funky
Biscuit.
Biscuit.
Come on,
Funky
Poliak.
Biscuit. Okay. Well, I'm in outer space today.
At least you admit it.
You should.
And I'll be
well,
in Spain, so I will
you
miss you
should have
all.
had that.
He'll be in Spain.
No.
I'll miss you
Nah,
next Friday, but the
we call it
professor will more
medication,
than fill my
Tony.
shoes.
And sometimes it relaxes
We
me.
call it
Sometimes it makes me
medication.
forget a little bit. But Luby, have a great time
Thank
in
you,
Spain. It's like Pearl Jam. He's going to be in 7 cities in 6 nights. I don't know how
Yes.
that's possible
I'm married to Shirley Reyes.
or why. Because
Have
when I think vacation, I'm think like, okay, you go to a nice major city.
you heard me
You
once
stay
use the
there
term
for
vacation?
4 days.
I said
3
I'm going away. I've never used the word vacation. I've
Okay.
never used that in 8 years of being with Shirley Reyes Lubitz.
All right, so you'll come back as even more jacked
tired.
up than ever. We're going to have some great encore editions next
Yeah,
week,
it's a
along
fun
with
week.
a live show. We'll be back here at Gulfstream next Friday.
Yep.
And until then, enjoy every sandwich.